All right, fellas, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Sparking Zero video. And I don't know if it's Christmas, Bandai has been listening to us, but we are here with a brand new patch that just went live for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and I think you guys are going to be really happy with this one. So we are on dextero.com right now for the full patch notes for this October 24th update, and it's going to read Dragon Ball Sparking Zero October 24th update patch notes, Yajirobe stat adjustments, and more. Yajirobe has been adjusted, fellas. You already know what that means, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really on the side of him being absolutely nerfed into the ground in the first month of the game, but I think what they did is pretty fair, and we're gonna go over that soon in a minute here. I think that might actually be the first thing that they talk about. So in the first paragraph, it's gonna read Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has been a big hit so far, moving 3 million copies in 24 hours with exciting what if scenarios to experience, ranked mode, which is, we'll get to that too, and a huge roster of characters. It's no surprise fans are loving it. But the game hasn't been without its issues, however, and the first update patch looks to iron out some of them. It was revealed the update would be coming in late October to address some problems relating to online matches and the episode battle story mode. I'm still really not familiar with what's going on with episode battle. I heard in the comments of one of my recent videos that it was something to do with like, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I just misunderstood this, but if you lowered the difficulty in episode battles, sometimes it wouldn't give you the what if completion. I'm not sure. You guys will have to correct me on that if I'm wrong. It went live on October 24th, 2024, and you can find a complete overview of the patch below. And we're going to be starting out with the adjustments to Yajirobe stats. Yajirobe isn't the strongest fighter in the Dragon Ball universe, far from it actually, but he has easily been able to hold his own in Sparking Zero so far, and that is an understatement. Yajirobe has been tearing up the online DP battle scene in ranked mode, and just let this sink in real quick. Out of 182 characters spanning from OG Dragon Ball all the way through Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball GT, Yajirobe was the first character to get adjusted / nerf. Just let that sink in real quick. But they're going to go on to say that when it comes to the game's ranked mode, he only costs 2 destruction points to add to a team, which effectively meant he could be extremely impactful and OP at very little cost. Like we were saying in past videos, Yajirobe is just kind of capping out every single team you could think to make in DP battles, and he is the he felt like the premier anchor in the game. He was the main stall out character in DP. It did get kind of annoying, but I mean, it is what it is. Largely due to his ability to fully heal himself with sensu beans. While he still costs 2 DP after the patch, the devs have confirmed his stats have been adjusted. The changes were shared on X by the homie Lotus and are as followed. The sensu bean skill, and I'm gonna put this up on the screen for you guys in a little gameplay clip as well so you can see this. The sensu bean skill now costs 6 skill counts instead of 5. Yajirobe's health has been reduced from 3 bars to 2.5, which I think that's probably the main fix right there. Lowering his health a little bit, that way he can't stall out for as long and then just run away and refill up with sensu bean. And Yajirobe now begins the match with 0 skill counts as opposed to 2. I think that's another big change that was really necessary. I think these bottom 2 right here are probably the most important. Sensu bean now costing 6 instead of 5. I mean, you get skill counts really fast in this game, so I don't think that's as impactful as these last 2 right here, him having lower health overall and him starting the match with 0 skill counts instead of 2. I think these are gonna be the biggest changes to Yajirobe so far. And once again, fellas, don't worry, I'll be sure to have an actual gameplay clip of all of Yajirobe's changes up on the screen so you can see them in real time. I have yet to play with or against him in DP battles yet. I just kind of woke up like 2 hours ago, so maybe in a little while I'll either go live or record so we can actually get a true feel of how, I mean, because all of this looks great on paper, but until you play against him online, you're never really gonna get a true feel of how these adjustments really change the pace of the game when you're playing with or against this character. So I can't wait to see how that changes up things in ranked DP battles from now on. Now on to some really important bug fixes, control improvements. One issue that has been plaguing players is the fact that some controls were unresponsive during online matches when classic controls were selected. And this is going to range from things like some of your blast attacks not working when you tried to press them, the switch lock glitch, which was absolutely annoying in DP battle. I'm so glad they addressed this ASAP, and probably a couple of other things that I'm just unaware of because I don't play classic controls. I do play standard. Now they're going to go on to say Sparking Zero includes 2 control styles, classic and standard. Classic has a handful of inputs that are performed the same way as in previous entries in the Budokai Tenkaichi franchise. And also things like when you were able to switch, it just felt really unresponsive unresponsive at times and transforming as well sometimes. So I hope that they, you know, kind of adjusted the responsiveness of when you tried to, you know, select certain inputs as well. There's nothing more frustrating than losing a match due to bugs that are out of your control. This was the entire point of this tweet that I made a couple of days ago, and people lost their minds over it. I understand that we got Tenkaichi elitists roaming around here, but guys, I mean, you're not really helping the community, bashing people for being mad about bugs that happen in ranked match, which is where I feel like most people probably care about them happening at. That makes sense, right? And that's just, you know, one or two of the biggest issues plaguing the game right now. I see down here below, they're also going to address the corrupted save data bug that was going around, and unfortunately, if you already played the game and saved over your last save file, I don't think there's any way for you to get that back. So that's really unfortunate. I wish that they had did like a hot fix or emergency patch for that bug specifically, because that can just ruin the entire game experience for some people. So right here at the end of the patch notes, they're just going to list everything dealing with this update that went live today. And the first bullet point right here is going to say improvement of an issue where some controls became unresponsive during online matches when classic controls were selected. And that was pretty much what we just talked about with like the switch lock and DP battles and the blast attack bug. And next is going to be adjustment of difficulty levels when playing certain stages in episode battle on lower difficulty settings. And you guys are still going to have to kind of explain to me exactly what is being addressed here. Again, I haven't seen anything about this on Twitter. I haven't seen people make videos on this or anything, but like we said in our video a couple of days ago, this has to be a pretty big issue if they're, you know, patching it in the first big patch of the game. Next is going to be the adjustment of Yajirobe stats. We went over that. And improved operational stability, and I assume that that's what they're going to be addressing in the rest of this little paragraph right here. And they're going to continue on by saying it's also important to note that due to the patch, replay data of all battles, including custom battle world library replays, will be deleted upon installing the update. Alongside the patch, Bandai Namco has also revealed that they're investigating some other remaining issues, including character rank reset to 0, that's kind of nuts, connection errors and online matching issues, and corrupted save data. So are they saying that they haven't fixed these three things yet? Because the game crashing when you get into ranked matches and them potentially implementing this, you know, this ranked match DP penalty, that's going to be an issue if that isn't addressed pretty quickly, right? You know, I know we got an update from the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero News and Fan Hub page about them implementing an indefinite ban for ranked match DCs in the future, but part of me feels like that's kind of crazy to permanently ban somebody from ranked mode. Bro, put them on an extended hiatus like the Dragon Ball Super manga, but permanent, that's kind of wild. But I still feel like they should really address that and the corrupted save data issue sooner than later. Those are two of the bigger issues still plaguing the game, I guess, if they're being classified as remaining issues. And down here below the bullet points, Dextero is going to continue addressing this last bug right here by saying one of the biggest talking points in the community has been the game-breaking bug that's been wiping save data. Yes, that has to be addressed ASAP. This is forcing fans to restart their progress from the beginning of the game and is incredibly frustrating. With the devs confirmed to be looking into the problem, hopefully it will be resolved as soon as possible. And that is going to do it for the patch notes for our first official big update for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Guys, we got our first character nerf, and it was Yajirobe of all characters. Nah, not MUI Goku, not After Image Strike, not Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. It was Yajirobe and them damn Sensu beans. But anyways, fellas, I gotta know what y'all think about these patch notes down below in the comments, especially about the nerf to Yajirobe. I saw some people in my comments for the update prediction video saying that, oh, Yajirobe's definitely not getting nerfed. Hey man, they kind of clipped him a little bit. He's still playable, of course, but I think they put him in a much better spot than he was, especially if you're going to be playing against him a lot in online DP battles. I think potentially they could have raised the cost of his DP by 1, but this still seems like a pretty good spot for him. I can't say for certain until I play against him in some DP battles, so I'll probably hop online after I'm done with this video. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Have a great day, and I will probably see you again in a few hours. Bye, guys.